Today we're going to talk about symbols on Linux. You know, so symbols like this, when you see the dollar sign represent like a normal user who is connected. Whatever normal user that is connected, you're always going to see a dollar sign in front of that person. Um, let's say if we have here, if we decide to become a junior and we do SU to become a junior, for example, as soon as Red Hat connected, here you see the symbol junior is connected, it just show us a dollar sign. So the dollar sign just represent a normal person that is connected on the server, a normal administrator, you know. But in a case if it's become root, like if now we sudo to become root here, we have the password, you're going to see it's the hash symbol. So the hash symbol represent that it's root that is connected. Here we are just talking about the entry level, like some entry level of what the symbol represent, and we're going to dive about more information on the symbols as long as the more we move forward. So notice already that this hash represent the root user, and the dollar sign represent just any regular administrator that is connected on the computer. You're always also going to see the period. So one period mean where the location where I am right now. So if I do a PWD, for example, the period here when I'm going to do LL minus A, the period here that you see, this one period means I'm located inside Red Hat. That's what it means. For example, if I decide to CD here in my thing, when I'm going to do LL minus A, you're also going to see the period there. If I do period UD, so this period just means I'm located inside my D. That's just where I am. Same thing if I CD and go whatever. So anytime you're going to see, there's always a period and any folder that you load moving, and that's what that period will represent. you know. So if we see the inside submit here and we do LL, here there's nothing inside, but if I do PWD here, we're gonna see the inside submitting, and if I do LL minus A, you always see the period and the two period. Another way how you can use it, that in here, for example, we have these two folder. If I want to move it, what I can do, I can say copy. I want you to go out there, go one directory out and copy something. I can be here like I want to copy this, or I want to copy GOD. I know that's GOD in here inside like this. So this the first dot mean go where I am and then go one directory outside. And when I go one directory outside, it means I'm already inside LangD. Here, same thing. I say I'm inside LangD here. I want to go one directory out. I want to go one directory out here. Now I go inside, I believe it's Samidi or whatever, what was one directory out, and then I came back again inside LangD and I want to move this. Where do I want to move this? I want to move this right here where I am. When I press enter, since this period mean where I am, where am I now? I'm inside submit, and if I do LL this time, you're gonna see I have a folder that is in here. So the one period and the two period is just what it means. One period where I'm here, and two period one folder outside from where I was coming from. You also gonna see the symbol tilde. This is called tilde, the tilde symbol. This symbol represents just the home directory. Let me clear my screen here. If I do a CD, you're gonna see that symbol here. It just means the home directory. And what is the home directory here? The home directory of this user is Red Hat. The home directory of this person of Red Hat is called Red Hat. Uh, just simple as that. That is where it's going to take you. You're also going to see the star, which is represented by this thing. The star just means like kind of everything. Let's say if I want to look for something here, I want to look for something that I know is an ECT, but I don't remember the whole name. I just know that the word that I'm looking for has an SSH on it, but I don't remember what's the whole name of it. By because if I press this, this is what it's going to show me, you know. But if I wanted to be more concise about it, I will say on this file, only show me the guy that had SSH in front of it. And here I can, put the hash. I want to see only those that has SSH. And I don't remember what was coming in the back, but as long as it has SSH at the beginning, show me that, you know, and if I press it, it's kind of what is going to come out. Here is kind of pulling back the same thing, but um, let's try with something else, like maybe um, I want to do LL inside etc, but only show me from the word that we start with host, you know. So that means what? I know that there's something that has the word host in there, but I don't remember what come in the beginning. I don't remember what come at the end. But as long as you're gonna see host in here, so whatever what come in front of it, show me. Whatever what gonna come at the end, show me also. That's why we seeing this guy in here. We seeing this host whatever what is say inside that folder ET. What come after here, it pulled that out for us. Same thing here and same thing down here also. It's kind of, the hash mean everything that come before or after it, show it to me. Also, we have the symbol of pipe. Pipe is this guy right here. Um, this is called pipe. So how to use pipe? Pipe help you to take the output of one information and give it to another information. For example, when I do cat, we used to open this file cat et ssh sshd. Oh, let's put our sudo in front of it because it said we don't have full permission. When we saw sudo to read this file with cat, it's going to open the whole file for it. But now we can just say we don't want you to open the file. We just want you to do a word count of it. Just count everything. What happened now? It doesn't open the file anymore. I mean, it opened the file in the background, but now the first output of opening the file got to be passed down to the second output of counting the words. That's why we're only seeing this. We don't see the whole thing anymore. Um, so that's the meaning of pipe is take the output, whatever what this guy gonna show us, take it and then pass it to this second command. We take the output of one command and give it to the second command. We have the exclamation, you know, we on the exclamation we saw when we were talking about VI the other day, we can use the exclamation to emphasize the fact that we want to exit or we want to force to write a command. But the exclamation can also be used to type to recall an order an all command that we type. For example, if I do a history, you know, history will show me this is all the command that I've been typing all this time. Now, for some reason, I want to type the command let's say Samiji again. I want to type this command. I can do exclamation mark, and that command was what was the number of that command? 89. Um, I don't quite remember, but let's say we're gonna do 110. So if we do 110 exclamation mark, here you say it just recall the command that we just type over there. So the exclamation mark, I'll just record the command that we did, you know, just a couple time ago. For example, if we do again our history, if we type our history command, and if we want to recall this line that we do here, we can do exclamation mark and then 108. And 108 is just going to bring us the output of what we have here. So it just type that command back for us. So in the same thing, let's say we're going to do again the cut here. We didn't say what we want to cut. Let's get out of it, and you know we are cutting this guy still. So seeing this open here, I'm going to do clear, right? If I'm using the exclamation mark 2 times, what does it going to do? Actually, it's going to use the clear command. Really going to see what I was trying to show. But if I call this back and then I decide to do Control L and I do exclamation mark 2 times, it's going to cut again. So two exclamation mark just bring back the command that I just typed previously. It's just like a simple and easy way to go about it. You're also going to see this symbol. I believe this is greater than. The symbol greater than just mean I want to take the output of something and put in something else. It's just like a copy. For example, when we were using this command here, sudo, I say here you're gonna open this normally the way you do, right? It's gonna open the way you do normally, but let even do something different here. We're gonna do a vim v, and we're gonna create a folder that we're gonna call first. And in here, I'm gonna type um, I'm learning I'm learning this thing, and I'm going to save it. So if I do ll, it will show that I have a file that I call first, and I put inside of it. If I do cat first, I write inside I'm learning this thing. So what can I decide to do? I say I want to cut this file, I'm learning this thing, and take whatever what is in there. I want you to put inside a second file, another file that I'm going to call second. So what it did is going to copy what is in here, and it's going to create this file for me, and it's going to put something, and it's going to put that in there right away. So by the time I do enter, if I do ll, now we're going to see we have a file called second, and look, the two files has the same size, right? And if I cut second, what do I get? I'm learning this thing. So it just take the output, what is in the first file I'm going to put here. The same thing if I decided to do, let's call this thing again, and I decided I want to put that inside the same file second. What's going to happen when I cut second now? Just look at what we have inside. So it's going to take whatever what was in that file and it's going to put here. And pay attention to one thing. When we when I did that, whatever was in this file, it remove it and then it put something else. So if I didn't want to remove it in the first place, what would I do? I would do now use that command 2 times. I'm going to do this again. When I press enter, when we cut second, what is in here? All this whole thing what was in there is gone. We are only seeing this thing because this command gonna take whatever what is in here, erase anything that is in here and just add the second one. But if I don't want to erase and I just want to add some extra stuff, What am I going to do? Here now I use these two times. That is called appending. Here we are appending, right? When I'm going to cut second, what we're going to see, we have the word I'm learning two times. So if I do this multiple times like this, if I do that multiple times, by the time I'm going to cut second now by itself, how many times do I have it? So many times that I was doing this thing. But if I only want to use one symbol, what does it going to do? Erase everything that was in here previously, and now it's only going to add one line. So this one thing when it's just like that is called redirecting. It's going to create the file for you and it's going to put something in there if the file does not exist. But when we have two times, we call it to append. We are appending, append so that we are kind of adding something into it. So we're gonna go with that as a basic comment from now. There's so many of them. You're gonna see the n%. When we use the n%, we have so many other commands. But for now, I want us to be familiar and play with this set of commands now that I just show you right here. And we're gonna move into another concept, the concept of talking about the shell. So basically, the shell is, is a, basically a program. It's a program language that you are using. And on Linux, we are using what we call the bash shell. And to see the shell that you have, you can use the command cat um, et shell. So the cat et shell going to show you all the different tabs that you have. And it's going to be, this one is a shell, this one is a bash shell, which is kind of more popular. And the bash shell just means born again shell, you know, and there's so many type of them over there. When you're going to see the shell, usually represented by the SH. So SL show that you are using the bash shell program language to do what you're going to do. And you're going to see some other shell like PY is going to be for the Python. You're going to see GS, um, GS for Java. You're going to see HTML, for those who do the developing and all those type of stuff. So that just means the share, and every time that you're going to see that symbol in front of something, it's just letting you know that whatever what you are reading is going to be applying to the share, like all those commanders where it's going to go. So saying that now is going to make us move into an entry level also of what is called the scripting. The scripting is just a way to put a set of commands together on a file and then have the computer execute it for you. For example, we're going to create a file that we're going to call, we're going to see that in an example. We're going to create a file that we're going to call a sample. So vi, and we create a file that we call sample. And when I put that sh means I'm about to create a script where the script gonna be in bash. The sh just gonna let someone else that when you're gonna see this, know that this program is written in bash. Basically, that's what the meaning of sh is. And in here, in the scripting, we have what we call the shebang. The shebang is this symbol here like this. And here I'm going to put bin and bash. So the bin bash, what you say, all those, all the command I'm going to use, the command that's going to come for the bin, and I'm going to use the shell that is called bash. It's just a way to let to someone else who going to be reading this program. This is the program language that I was using to do my thing with it. And all I'm going to do is, no, I'm going to put just a set of commands that I'm going to have this script write for me. And I will say, I want you to do this thing for me. When you don't listen that thing, open the date, type the date. When you type in the date, do the calendar, you know, open the calendar at the same time. And when you're done doing that, you know, do also the LL dash LA. So I want you to type all these commands. So basically, the scripting is creating a file and putting a set of command in here to have that file read those commands for you. And all the script does is going to write the first link first, and then it's going to go on the second link. Next, it's going to go on the third link. So it's have to finish one link before it begins with the second one. You know, and when I do LL, we're going to see here is the file that we create sample. That file sample that we create, for it to become completely a script, we need to give the X symbol. The X symbol that we were talking about execute, at least one person has to have the X symbol. And to do that, we need to do a chmod, and we are giving the permission at least 700 on it, and we're giving that to the file sample sample.ss. If I do LL again, look at it here, the color has changed. Do not pay too much attention to the fact that the color has changed. It's not always going to be like that. But the most important is when you see this X, that means you know this script can be run. And to execute the script, what you need to do, you do the period is mean where I am right now. There's a folder that could be called sample. That's just how you run a script. And if I press enter, what did it do for me? The first thing what we say we want to do ls. That's why it's doing this ls to show all this line first. The second command we say print the date, because we ask for him to print the date. That's the command for the date here. The third command was show us the calendar, because we say we want to see the calendar. That's why we're having this here. And then we put a fourth command is say ls-la and to output this, so we know the difference between the ll-la and this thing. So you know, so basically the only thing that the script does is just read each command at the time. All the thing that you put in here, the script just execute that for you like you were typing in the command line, just like that. So it's just how it goes, and that's the basic understanding of the script. And this is like a small script that is being written. And to run a script, as I say, we can do this, and we call a sample like this, and the script are gonna be run. And there's two ways to run a script. If I do pwd here, for example, it's going to show us like we live in the file called Red Hat and stuff. If we decide to create another script here that we're going to call vi vi, and let let go on this file second that we create here, and I've decided I put my shebang here, and I say bin slash bash, right? All I want this script to do is to run the first script that we have written, and to do that, that script uh, folder that we have written is located inside home. Oh, sorry, inside home, inside Red Hat, and we call that file sample.sh. So this is the second way how you can run a script, to just write the whole part of the script. That's all what it does. So in this case, if I save this like this and do you know, I don't have the sh as I put here. We have that by convention. To be able to do that, I need to do a move. So I want to move second into second dot sh just to know that it's a bash script that I'm creating. Now that I've moved it to the second dot sh, I want to give it the permission. And to that, I do a remote at least 700 permission, and I'm giving that on second. If I do here, now it show that I have two scripts. So if I run the second script, which is second, I just want it to run second. What the second does, we know that we tell second to go inside and run this script. So basically, this is the output of what we have in here, just like that, simple and beautiful. You know, that's just some basic about the couple symbol on Linux and what the meaning of the script and how to use the script. The script is just going to be like a set of different commands that you have that you can put together and type it in one time. So what identify the script is going to be this thing. When you see the sh, you know that the script is written in bash scripting. If you see here, if it was like py, it would have mean Python. If it was like a gs, it would have mean Java and stuff. It's just a way to recognize and how developers and stuff are able to identify file between them. So let's work on this practice and keep doing our thing, make this thing look beautiful. Enjoy.